James catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air. We about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe. You already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the Trey, yes and no, friends and the foes, the Butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul. But when the ring is the goal, but if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes. Going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
We was this fucking close to putting them hoes dick in the dirt this evening. This bitch, I could taste it. I could smell it. We was this close to beating the New York Knicks without Jimmy Butler, without Tyler Herro, without Victor Oladipo, Max Strus hurting himself, Caleb Martin hurting himself. Nothing. This fucking close. But y'all know who didn't show up tonight. And we gonna get to that motherfucker this evening. Y'all, welcome to the fucking post-game show. I'm your host, Roy A. Shepherd, and I'm joined today by Bubble. Bubble, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, we're gonna get into it. That was honestly, it was better than I thought it would go once Jimmy got ruled out. But honestly, I still had some problems with this game. But some people showed up, some people didn't. We'll get into it. But I'm doing great this evening.
Also pulling up one time, we got my man Harrison. Don't know if he can hear me yet. Harrison, can you hear?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How you doing this evening?
I'm fine. I was just I'm in a couple chat rooms where people are getting real upset, so trying to just calm everything down. It's gonna be okay. We're fine. That's not a good team. We're good.
We are not allowing it, Harrison. We will be outraged. We will riot tonight.
Okay, we're very upset. Sorry.
Thank you. Also, Alex Sheltman, how are you doing this evening?
I'm miserable. Like this might be the first time all season that I'm actually miserable after a Miami Heat basketball game. Like at a certain point, we got indifferent to the season. It was just like, okay, this is just another fucking piece of shit game by this garbage ass team. And this game felt so within reach. And I don't really want to say that, you know, we could have done more because we could have done more. But it feels like it was taken from us by a certain someone in pinstripes. That's all I'll say.
First of all, Scott fucking Foster, I'm at your head, bitch. Who the fuck do you think you are? No, let me not talk about this white man before I introduce the one member of the Cain gang to pull up with me, the Baltimore Cain himself, Cain TJ. TJ, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm sensational. I don't care nothing about this game at all. I'm not moved by anything that happened.
Well, you know what they say. You can't be Heat in 5 unless they get one. And this was day one. But goddamn it, I didn't like the one that they had. So the Miami Heat dropped this game 105 to 111. Very winnable game. I'm not going to do too much yelling and screaming. Yes, I am, but I'm not going to do it right now. Dan the Film Jet, thank you for the $5 dono. Consistency is key, ladies and gentlemen. And he said it. Consistency is key. He said, Gabe and Caleb are the MVPs tonight. Sucks that we lost, but oh well, on to the next game. Fuck that. I want to talk about this one because there's a very important theme about this game in particular that we have to talk about. Daniel Rutledge, thank you for the $4.99 dono. He said, all that just to beat us without Jimmy. Bam is a high-level role player, to be honest. Y'all better quit saying his name because he rallied me up a little bit. Thank you, somebody with the $2 dono. He said refs had bets on the Knicks. So obvious. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure the bookie went up tonight. Thank you, Alex Campbell with the $4.99 dono. He said his grave will not be safe. No, it will not. Fuck Ricky J. Mark and this $1.99 dono. Blessed evening, gentlemen. You know the vibes. Yes, we do. Shut up. Go away. Jep, don't give me money tonight. I'm too angry to call your currency what it's supposed to be called. He said they wanted to end this in the garden. Heat and 5. I agree. So we're going to start with TJ. TJ, give me your thoughts on what you saw tonight.
It's very simple, man. Y'all ever like seen on like Twitter or whatever, when those NBA players, they go to like the little camps with the kids, and the kids, they'll play them one-on-one, and the kids give them like a little crossover, like, I got you, and they get their little layup, and they'll go to school and talk shit, but like, hey, I got Giannis or I got Kyrie, but in reality, like, we know they didn't really get them. You kind of you let it slide. And that's what I feel like happened tonight. Miami gave them a charity win. There was no reason that Miami should have lost this game. They decided they didn't want to box out anymore after doing it for 3 quarters. They decided they didn't want to make shots anymore after doing it for 3 quarters. It was just like, what are we doing? I mean, Gabe Vincent played well. Caleb Martin played incredible, but like, other than that, man, like I didn't see like I've been saying for the last game, bro, and after, like I'm not moved by anything that I see from the Knicks, bro. If Julius Randle wants to make shots, great. If RJ Barrett wants to make shots, great. If Josh Hart wants to hit threes in the corner, like big whoop, good job, my brother. But I do not care at all. It was too close of a game to be without Jimmy. I didn't even think we'd be able to score without Jimmy, and we scored 105 points. We couldn't do that all season long. Like I'm fine with this, bro. I don't care.
TJ, I get your overarching point, bro. I get the whole thing. The big picture, fine. This game means nothing. But little picture, let's zoom in a little bit, bro. What have we been asking for in these playoff moments that we did not? Okay. I'll just, because I know I can't contain what this man about to get to. He finna give all his points right now. Bubba Cook.
Listen, as y'all know, I am the warden of the prison of the moment, so I'm going to stay here because I don't know if I'm going to wake up tomorrow. So all I can do is talk about today. Bam Adebayo, not the best player on the floor tonight. One of the highest paid players on the floor tonight. That's an issue. Just in itself, in a nutshell, there was an opportunity from 6 minutes on in the third quarter for this game to be had. The Knicks were not playing their best ball tonight. We were hanging around all night. Gabe Vincent was actually contributing in a decent way. People were hitting their threes for a decent mark. Duncan Robinson came and hit some shots. Max Strus did his thing, cutting to the basket. At some point, bro, in the fourth quarter, you could tell the Heat were looking around and saying, who is going to take over? Who is going to fulfill that role? And Gabe, it just kind of defaulted to Gabe. And it didn't work out. And then Caleb took some shots at the end. It had to be Bam from the get-go. I understand people in the comments saying Bam is hurt. Who's not hurt? Julius Randle's hurt. Jalen Brunson's hurt. Jimmy Butler's hurt. Like everybody's hurt, bro. This is the NBA playoffs. If you're on the floor, you got to do your best, and you took 10 shots. And I thought the defense was fine, but not enough to overshadow the offense, man. You needed to be the guy tonight. I wanted you to show that you were at least still capable of being the second best player on a championship team. I'm not saying you have to every single time, but if Jimmy's going to do it every single time in the playoffs, this was the game to show up. Take game 2, completely steal the soul of the New York Knicks, and then go out there and sweep these bums, and then watch the Celtics and the 76ers struggle and compete to come to you. Like, it's just, I get it. Like, I'm still with it. Heat and 5, no matter what I say today, 100%, but it could have been Heat and 4, 100%. And that's something that Bam's got to work on. Otherwise, he cannot be put in this category of non-starter. We're not trading him. We're not moving him. Or build around him. He's the franchise guy. Like, this is
that shit, bro.
This was bad. 10 shots
off that shit.
We were deferring. He's looking, and like, again, we talk about the aggressiveness, and yes, they run a lot of dribble handoffs, but bro, at a certain point, Bam's looking for it. He's looking for it. Isaiah Hartenstein, As soon as Mitchell Robinson got in foul trouble, bro, it was like, you need to take over. You need to dominate. This should be your game today, bro. Should be your game. And when everybody else is actually contributing, Kyle Lowry having a decent game, I mean, bro, you didn't even have to be Brooklyn Bam where you're dropping 30. You needed to drop 25 tonight, bro. You needed to drop 22 tonight. Like, that's it.
And we win.
Exactly.
And we fucking win the game.
It's over.
Listen,
and it's
bro.
over.
Listen, bro. Like, I know I don't really want to keep a grand view on this Bam thing anymore, bro, because, like, for real, dog, like, I use Tyler Herro as a crutch all the time for Bam Adebayo. I say the man hijacks the offense. I say that he shoots too damn much when there are better offensive players on the floor. Tonight, I don't have that excuse. You don't have Jimmy. You don't have Tyler in that game. And you are the fourth leading scorer? That shit is unacceptable, bro. Thank you, HM, for the $5 dono. He said, Bam, no smoke, Adebayo with one shot attempt in the fourth that he only took because Lowry literally hit him in the face with the rock. He is what he is. For sure, bro. I think we just got to call a spade at this point. Thank you, James Todd, with the $20 dono. He said, this game irritated me because we should have won. Shout out to Gabe, Caleb, and the other undrafted players fighting, but we got to talk about Bam. A dialogue needs to take place, like right now. No, for sure. Thank you, Heather, with the $4.99 dono. Been talking this shit up in the group chat. Motherfuckers been taking her head off for saying it. So I want to shout my dog out. She been fighting the good fight. We should have listened to you sometimes. Other times you don't really make no sense. She said the Knicks barely beat us with the full squad. We had Bam, Fat Boy, and 12 undrafted. And Bam wasn't even great. Chill, Ricky. Nah, look, like Ricky deserves his time in the sun because they won the game today. It might be the last time that motherfucker get to celebrate, so let him get his shit off for the day. Alex Cameron with the $4.99 dono. She said that 4-point play, boy, don't get me fucking started. Thank you, Heather, with the $1.99 dono. She said Bubba is the best. Alex, talk that talk. How you gonna change his name and then try and change it back? Thank you, Adrian again with the $5 dono. He said scam, and I mean scam. Adebayo willingly deferred and chose to be the fifth option tonight. Building around dude is dead. He won't step up when needed. They are firing off at this man. Read from the fan chat with the $5 dono. He said, in the words of the Lord, Reverend Brian Young, somebody please remind Bam Adebayo he has testicles. Thank you. For sure. Harrison, you tried to be the voice of reason originally. I think I came off a little aggressive, and I want to allow you to be your true self. So go ahead and do your best to make me see reason, even though we all know that I'm probably not going to listen.
Fair enough. I think essentially what you need to do is let's all take a step back from our expectations of Bam. I think, unfortunately, we have kind of put him on a pedestal without letting him climb up those stairs to get to that point. And so anytime he has a performance that, isn't good enough in our eyes, we just get irrationally angry. So let's take a step back, right? He hasn't had a ton of amazing scores outside of the bubble. I don't think, the best game I think I saw from Bam recently, I thought he was very good in Game 7 last year against the Celtics, but he was up and down that whole series scoring the basketball. So I think kind of what you need to do is take a step back. For me, I look at his Bam passing up shots. I didn't really think he passed up a lot of shots tonight. I mean, you want to say he needs to take more. He needs the ball more, and whether that's him demanding it, which is a problem that he has, or the game plan not revolving around him. You knew that he were going to take a ton of threes tonight. That's another thing too. So, it's a disappointing game. It's one that we could have won with Bam having a low-scoring game. We were right in this game. We were up by 6. The refs gave them 6 points out of thin air. And there's other things that happened in this game, guys. You had Gabe Vincent basically playing horrible for most of the game, and then suddenly he was our offense. Kevin Love didn't play well. Kyle Lowry had a very bad game. And also with Lowry, I didn't even realize he took 9 shots. I was looking at the box score after. He kept driving in the paint, and I felt like he was there to make a move, and he kept kicking out. And I just think they needed a little more aggression from everybody tonight, from Bam, from Kyle. Because your most aggressive guy tonight was Caleb Martin. Strus had a nice game before he got hurt. And I think the only worry about losing a game like this in which you feel like you could have won, and maybe that would have led to a 4-game sweep, is any extra game with the way the Heat are trending could lead to any injury. Max hurt his back on a foul. Caleb went after a ball with like a minute left and hit his back under the Knicks bench at some point. Like, this team is just very injury. And so my thought process is I could have avoided another game simply because these guys are going to like trip on their shoelaces and something's going to happen. So it's still Heat in 5 for me. I mean, I said 6 at the beginning of the series. I want to give myself a little bit of credit on the pod that we put out on the Random Scrub Heat podcast. I did say that Hartenstein would be the X factor for the Knicks. He's a massive guy, and when Mitchell's kind of favoring the hip and not doing as well and being in foul trouble, his offensive rebounding in the fourth quarter was really the difference in this game. And it happens, and we'll move on. I don't want to personally. You guys can do whatever you want, and I will support you as always. I don't want to harp on the Bam stuff only because I think this is kind of who he is. I don't think it. I used to say, oh, the game plan isn't good, but I just think this is who he is. He's not going to take a ton of shots, even with Jimmy out. And whether that's a question we have to ask if we can move forward with him as our second best player is a good question to ask yourself whenever the season's over, because I don't think you can move forward with him as the second scoring option. I don't think you're going to win.
I wanted to make sure that I let you get all that out before I say I don't give a fuck about none of that, what you just said. I do not care. I don't care about process no more, bro. I don't care, bro. Like, how many years before this process shit is over with? Like, I get it. Like, I know, TJ, you wanted to jump in here, bro. Go ahead and jump in, bro. Oh, anyway. But yeah, like, I understand that we're taking steps towards getting him to the player that we want him to be. But at this point, I don't even know what fucking player he is anymore, Harrison. Like, the man, he show you that he can score 24, 25 points a game, and then just don't fucking do it. And I'm just supposed to take that? I can't. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shelton. Your turn. Tell me what you thought about tonight's game, and inevitably, please talk about Bam.
I'll just touch on the game briefly, and then I'll go into Bam because I know that's where everyone wants us to go. I thought it was a really good game by the team, like overall as a cohesive team. We shot 45% from the field, which is pretty good. Like, you'll win most games where you shoot 45%, 35% from three. We turned the ball over 6 times, which is like nothing. We had 22 points off turnovers to their 9. We were doing a lot of correct things the entire game, it felt like. And there was some lapses there in the third and fourth quarter, which ultimately allowed the Knicks to get back in the game. It's not as if we had like this massive lead at halftime either. We were up, I think 3. So, they were always continually in the game. I think we pushed it to 8 at one point. And then, they kept bringing it back. We would push it back up to 6. They bring it back. But getting more into the Bam discussion, because that's seemingly where this is going. I don't think there is a process anymore. And I don't think people understand that. Like, for me, expectation-wise, any game, whether Bam is the number one option on offense because every single player on the team is out, and you had to call in the entire fan base from the stands to be players 2 through 14, or if he is, behind Jimmy and Tyler Herro on the pecking order, I'm expecting on any given night 18 to 20 points from Bam Adebayo. That's where I'm at. We've seen him do the 30-point thing. We've seen him do the 25-point thing. But if you look at his season average, he's only at 20. So, yes, he can have those games, but he's not doing it consistently enough to the point where he's going to average you 25 points per game in a series or for an entire season. So, for me, it's really hard for me to say Bam was shit tonight contextually when you look at it from that perspective. Because when I'm watching him, I'm seeing him do a lot of good things. He's moving the ball around well. He's boxing people out correctly. He's setting good screens. He's taking the correct shots when he needs to take the right shots. And yes, it's very frustrating. I get it. Like, you want the dude to go up and put up 30 when there's no one else there and Jimmy's not here. But if you're looking at it from my perspective, I don't expect him to do that ever. Like, if he gives it to you, nice. And to your point, like, is he the second option? No, I've never viewed him as the second option. He's always, to me, been that guy where you have a premier offensive option, someone like a Damian Lillard or a Trae Young, and Jimmy is your second guy who probably ends up taking over in the playoffs, and Bam is your third guy where he's going to get you the occasional 30-point game, but he's going to be more realistically around the 18 to 20-point game and do the defensive shit. That's how I view Bam as a player. That's how I viewed him for a long time. I get the frustration, but I'm more with Harry on this where he is who he is. I'm not really needing to see a process. Like, he is who he is. He's 18 to 20 points per game and does a lot of other shit really well.
Again, I'm glad that you got that out, and I'm happy that you were able to express yourself on this platform. I do not give a fuck about a word you just said, Alex Sheltman. I don't care, bro. You're not going to tell me. Look, the defensive shit, the role player shit is cute, bro. It is cute. I get it. I'm not saying Bam had a horrible game, so I'm not going to let y'all boil my argument down to thinking that I just need Bam to score more. It's not about scoring more, bro. It's about leading or taking the bull by the horns, bro, when it's your team, essentially. To Alex's point, bro, this game was ripe for the taking, but he never put his imprints on it. Like, and I think they got to the point where it's like, motherfucker, we done did everything that we can for you. Like, win the game for us, bro. We just need a couple. We don't need a lot.
But Royal, can I give you like an analogy that I was just thinking of? Like, I've hosted this stream before. I don't do it as well as you do, and I have a very different style as you. The stream is very different when you are the focus and you're the host, right? It's just a different kind of thing. When I'm up there, that's the same kind of thing. Like, you're basically expecting Jimmy to Bam to step into this alpha role, and it's not. I don't know. I'm hearing my echo, but it's just not the same kind of thing.
I like the analogy, but let me ask you this question in return to your analogy. Does that video still not get the same number of views? Do we get the fucking result? Because you don't come in here, you don't try to be me. You understand that you are you, and yet you still get the job done. Bam has the ability to get the job done with who he is, and he just does not fucking do it. TJ, I want to give you the opportunity to talk about Bam because I realize we've had this conversation without you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. The whole thing with Bam, bro, it'd be cool, like, if he did this shit and we just didn't see what we saw the first half of the season. Like, we just didn't see him get his own shot whenever he wanted to. If we didn't see him play faster, if we didn't see him take over the offense, yeah, they were running more stuff for him, but they kind of were running the similar stuff where they set a screen, get a shooter to set a screen for him. The shooter pops out, Bam comes horizontally, catches the ball face up. Like, we saw this all before. The issue is, like, now he's just turning his back to the side, let's get these dribble handoffs going. Like, that's the lame shit that I'm talking about, bro. If Jimmy Butler is going to be out, everything we've been saying, the reason why Bam took a step back offensively was because Jimmy Butler had taken a step forward offensively, along with the shooters and everything like that. Cool. Hey, if Jimmy's out there being backpack Jimbo, I care a little less if Bam is going off. But with Jimmy out, bro, like, you got to unload the chopper, bro. You got to go. You got to look like you fighting. Gabe Vincent, as much, crimes this man is committed with his shot selection, he fighting, bro. He fighting. As much crap as we give Kyle Lowry, he trying, bro. He gonna put up some shots, dog. And there's Bam Adebayo, man, the guy we're expecting to take over. The guy, hey, we've watched you close games for us. We've watched you take over offensively for stretches. The whole reason that you are an all-star wasn't because of your defense, because the defense wasn't what it was now in the first half of the season. It was your offense that made you an all-star. So where is that offense now when your best player is down, when you ain't got nothing but undrafted? There should be no world in which Caleb Martin and Gabe Vincent outplay you and you're the second best player on the team. That should not exist, bro. They're undrafted players. We've talked about how these players are garbage and they play above their head or whatever like that. There should be no reason where they're outplaying you. And you were just, a 19 per game score? Like, there should be no world we live in where that's the case, bro. And that's my issue with Bam. He don't unload the chopper. He folds to the moment. He's a run play type nigga, bro. He'll run the hell out of a play, but he won't go get his own bucket. So, bro, he got to figure it. It feel like it's too late to figure it out, because if he didn't do it in this game of all games, what game is he going to do it in?
So that's kind of to the point, though. Like, even going back to Alex's point of Bam being an 18 to 20 point per game guy, even if that's the case, he scored 15 points tonight. And we've said all season that we're going to wait until the playoffs to judge Bam Adebayo. Now we are in the playoffs in a situation where I get it. Like, we can still be as confident as we want in the Heat's ability to beat this team going forward. But tonight we had an opportunity to give Jimmy the rest and still come out with a dub. And so it's not necessarily that he's playing this way or that he gave us this game. It's in the moment, bro. We need a different version of him. And I'm going to let y'all get in on some of that, because I think like this topic deserves like a little more conversation. So I want to thank my guy Dan the Film Gent for the $5 dono. He said Scott Foster better run and save up that insurance money, because those Heat fans are going to give him all sorts of hellfire all night, like the primary sponsor of the Basement Sports Network. That's Simple Health Advisors. Ladies and gentlemen, insurance does not need to be complicated. Make sure you email our guy James Pugh, or give him a call today. Email him at jpugh@simplehealthadvisors.com, or give him a call at 321-345-7738. Again, that is 321-345-7738. Make sure you tell them that the Basement sent you, and we want to thank those guys over there at Simple Health Advisors for sponsoring the show. We had another dono that came up. My bad. Give me a second. Excuse me. Alex Campbell with the $4.99 dono said Bam was bad for what we are paying him to be. We are a fan base. We as a fan base have babied him. Excuse me. Like, we are lucky to have him for too long. First, don't get it twisted. We are lucky to have Bam Adebayo as a player. We are, bro. We are. It's just we have to be more concrete on what he is in terms of what this team is going to be. Because if Bam is going to be this, it's like, because this is high-level role player shit that he's doing right now. If Bam is going to be this, then I am no longer putting Bam in the untouchable conversation. Like, that can't be a thing, bro. Like, he has to be on the table in deals, bro. Now, it's got to be the same context with Tyler Herro. I have to move him for a player that I believe will help this team more than he will. But I can't say no to anything for Bam anymore, because I need more than this, bro. I need more than this in this situation. Thank you, HM, with the $5 dono. He said, if I'm ever in a street fight, Bam is the last Heat player I want with me. He won't even go down swinging. Like TJ said, unload the yapper when needed. For sure. Thank you, James Todd, with the $10 dono. He said, we got to find more ways to get me the ball. Well, this was as good a time as any, sir. Expecting 18 to 20 a game and gave us 15. Not trying to hear it. I don't think very many people are. Thank you, David Sasser, with the CRC bucks. 1,000 of them. He said Bam doesn't have that dog in him. That's an issue. It's an issue for a lot of people. So, Shelton, I want to throw you this question. Yeah, you're not that disappointed with what Bam gave you based on your expectation. But does the moment factor in that at all, in your opinion? Like, in a moment like this, why aren't you, a little bbit more disappointed in what he's doing or not doing?
That is a good question, because I don't really know, honestly. Obviously I watched the whole game. I watched every second of the game, and would I've loved Bam to score 25 points and win? Sure. If Bam scored 6 points and we won, I would have been equally as happy, and probably more frustrated with him, because if he scored only 6 points, that means he's probably shooting like 2 of 13 or something. But I really felt like when I watched the whole game, like, it didn't feel like he was getting outclassed anywhere. It didn't feel like he was passing up, too many good looks. There was like 1 or 2 good looks that I can think of offhand where he passed them up that I thought he should have shot it. But I never felt like he was, not doing what he was supposed to be doing on the court. And I don't know. It really just felt like, to me, that 4-point play in the fourth where he, charged into Hartenstein. They called it a continuation with the 3 on top of it. Then they called, the Julius Randle box out foul on Kyle Lowry. And then, just a variety of shit like that. It really just felt like the game never got out of hand, and it didn't feel like Bam was the cause of the loss. And shout out to Threat. He was asking like, who's this game on? Who's the loss on? And I really don't feel like it was on anyone. Like if we lost the game and Gabe was playing as bad as he was through the first 3 quarters, I would have probably said him, but he turned it around in the fourth and basically carried us to the point where, the fourth quarter saved his whole game. And I never really felt like, Bam or any one individual guy cost us the game, so much so where, I'm not really a refs guy either, but like it's pretty clear, like the ball hit the rim. They said it was a shot clock violation. They called, a foul on Kyle Lowry where Julius Randle shoved his full arm into him and pushed him to the ground. They called the 4-point play
and elbowed him in the face.
Yeah, like they called the 4-point play where Brunson doesn't even have the ball above his knee when they called it a shot. Like it just felt like every call down the stretch didn't go our way, and from a numbers standpoint, like that's not a thing. Like if you place enough bets, I'm sure you're going to win one of them. But I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about it. I kind of got away from your question a little bit, but I don't know.
Don't worry about it. I'll circle it back because I feel like what you did, that entire answer would just continue to lower the bar for Bam Adebayo. Harrison, I want to ask you, like, have we done that collectively as a fan base? Because I know people are saying that, like, have we lowered the bar for Bam Adebayo in terms of what we expect for him?
Alex and I are lowering the bar, but I think that's just how we cope with a guy not meeting our expectations, right? I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh yeah, he's lived up to. Listen, he's an all-time defender. The offensive game isn't there. The post game isn't great. More than like shooting and stuff, a lot of times there's just like there's passes that he misses that he should get and other things, and you're just like, maybe it's not going to click for him, right? A lot of times we were talking about, it takes time. You're right, Royal. We're in year 6. Like 6 is a long time. We're not, this is not a second or third year player that's, he's been in the league a long time. He's played in a lot of playoff games now. This isn't like his first rodeo. So for me personally, like instead of getting myself upset about his play, I'm just going to try to figure out how I can get him easier looks, how I can make his life easier moving forward, and then how I can make sure other guys are doing their job so that we can win these games, even if he's not giving you the 20 and whatever you're getting from him in the regular season, because the stats aren't there. There's nothing we can do anymore. We can't say, oh yeah, he's going to do it. He hasn't done it. He doesn't really do it. So, in the off game, he scores 20 because he's aggressive and he does it great. Or, I really liked his game against the Bucks, the closeout game, because Spo kind of let him lead the offense, and he had that 20-point triple-double. I really liked that game for him and how he closed it. But, he's just – I don't think, people have called him Kevin Garnett. People have said no ceiling. I mean, if he ends up being Draymond Green or something like that, like that guy can help you win. And I think he's better offensively. But if that's the bar, right? Like you can win with that guy. You got to put pieces around him that make sense. And I think that's kind of where we are. Or like you said, stop talking about him as untouchable. He should be in trades if there's an upgrade, obviously. And you move on. I just think getting frustrated with him not scoring, or not taking 15 shots, 18 shots, scoring 20 points is just going to be bad for you. And that is like a very brief therapy lesson for everybody.
Thank you. We do not care. I don't care. There's no reason for me to create more shots for Bam Adebayo because he's not going to fucking take them. That's kind of where I'm trending, bro. Like, of course I'm going to jump to rash conclusions in the post-game show. That's what the fuck I do. But that is where my head is trending. Like, stop trying to figure out ways for Bam Adebayo to be more effective or more aggressive on offense because he don't want to be. So just treat him and pay him like a defensive player. Justin, seeing me fight for my life, producing and hosting, decided he want to give some money with the $2 dono, told him here to put in my PTO. You ain't getting it. The shit been denied, so I'm not paying you for not being here. Justin, again, with the $5 dono, he said Bam needs to make a 360 like the deal Royal got us in. Want to thank Julian Gonzalez with the $4.99 dono. He said Butler smiling, nodding, and waving to NY fans, flipping them the bird. They don't know what they just did. No,
That
when
boy
he come
finna
back,
drop 50.
man, come on, shit finna get treacherous out here. Thank you, HM, for the $2 dono. He said not a hero stand, but he takes 30 shots a night, and he will continue to take 30 shots. Man, listen.
We could have used him tonight.
Listen, I know who y'all. It ain't him. It's only one Billy when it comes to this fucking series, and I feel like in the one game that they won, I gotta give my dog the opportunity to pop his head. So you motherfuckers turn them TVs up, prepare to get aggravated, irritated, and educated by the chairman of the Council of Kings. My brother, Kane, Ricky J. Mark, JD, M fucking S. You got 3 minutes. Cook.
Y'all lost to a trash team tonight, remember? Remember? All that stuff you were talking about. Oh my God. Oh, you're terrible. We turned the tables on you. Yeah, it's terrible, right? Well, right now it's 1-1. Had you won tonight, it would have been a sweep. It would have been a sweep. I would have happily called it. And now, once again, Miami had an opportunity to really take advantage of a situation that, didn't involve any injuries. And guess what? They wet the bed. They remembered who they were. Oh, my God. They didn't call the 24-second shot clock violation. Well, you had like 8 possessions after that. What'd you do with it then? What, did Gabe Vincent stop being prime Allen Iverson? Huh? Did Kevin Love stop throwing out amazing Patrick Mahomes touchdown passes? What happened? What happened? What happened with Bam? Where's your Messiah now? What happened? I thought he was supposed to be Sean Kemp for you guys. What happened? I don't understand. He's supposed to be your best player. Jimmy's sitting out. I thought Bam was supposed to be more aggressive and get the ball. He had Mitchell Robinson at foul. What did you do? Sorry. Sorry.
Brother, this guy stinks.
Miami stinks. You're right.
Brother, this guy
Miami
stinks.
stinks. You're right.
Brother, this guy stinks.
You're right. I agree. Knicks in 7, baby.
Who the fuck is this nigga, bro? Go away.
That was disgusting. We shouldn't have let that happen.
I agree.
I'm sorry, y'all. But I got look, dog.
I mean, they beat us by 6 points. Jimmy Butler's laughing on the bench at the end of the game because he knows it's over. They had everybody healthy. None of those idiots could miss. It's never going to happen again. I don't know. I know you guys are concerned about certain things you saw from. I am not worried at all about that team at all. I'm not worried. Not worried.
No, I think if we played the same game 3 times, the Heat will win 2 of them. Like, just being honest with you. But like, I don't know. It's fun to do for the night. The boy Threat even pull up, gave money to the show for the first time in history. This is a historical moment. But what's they don't ever have Ricky come out to my team music. David Sasson with the 1,000 CRC bucks. He said Ricky looked like Harrison's microphone.
That's racist.
It's not going.
They throwing tomato. Yeah, for sure. Thank you, James Todd, with the $5 donor. He said, I need a revolt for a new chairman. Brother, the chairman is the chairman. We will have no redos, no recounts, my brother. That shit was actually kind of epic. I ain't gonna lie. To have my boy Ricky come out here and cook for a second. Oh, shit. Let's actually talk about some of the nice things that we saw tonight. Bubba, I haven't given you the full opportunity to cook. You got anything else that you wanted to throw on this fire before we put it out?
There's just like a few points I had to push back on because we keep talking about what the fan base thinks.
Yeah.
Honestly, fuck all of us. Fuck all the fans. Let's go based off what the organization has said because they keep comparing this dude to Zoe, Wade, and UD, and he's way closer to the UD scale than the Zoe and Wade right now. And that needs to be fixed. That needs to be fixed. Do you want to go go down in history as like a top 3 Heat player all time, 2-way scoring, winning championships, or are you going to be closer to UD where it's like you were a part of a bunch of great teams, but no one ever went to you for that moment, for that time? And bro, like We're talking about we got to get this man shots. That's what we do for role players. I clown Tyler Herro because we get him shots with screens. We got to get this man shots. No, that's not. No. If you are 1, 2, or 3, I don't got to get you a fucking shot. You get your own shot. I sound like Kendall right now, but for real, like if you got 1, 2, or 3, you need to get your own shot. You should need no help doing that. None. People want to, like, again, the fan base can say this. James Harden, bro, averaged 20 and 10, just like Bam this year. Did you see what this man did the other day? Why? Because Joel Embiid was out. It was not a coincidence, man. When somebody goes down, you step up. I bet I can find a Bam quote when Jimmy was out and he had a 30-point game and they asked him after the game, why did you do that? And he definitely said, because Jimmy was out, I knew I had to step up. And then probably some cliche after my guys got me involved. Bro, Gabe Vincent decided I'm going to get my own shot. Caleb Martin said, I'm going to get my own shot. Julius Randle decides I'm going to get my own shot. You don't decide that and you only take 10. That is role player offense. Offensively, Bam is playing like a role player as of right now. And it's more frustrating than Herro because we know he is way better than that and has the capability to go way beyond that because the organization has said that. Wade has said he's one of us, the lifelong guys, the guys you build around, the ones you win with. This is not it, bro. He is way closer to the UD side of the scale than the Zoe, Wade, or even like, bro, this is what we need. There you go.
You see this? You see this, Shelton? You see this, Shelton?
So he says this every time, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like he'll say, "I need to be more aggressive."
We're back to more. We're back to I need to be more aggressive. Bam.
That's
we're going backwards.
But that's what I'm saying. So what do you, besides being upset, which you're allowed to be, do what you got to do, release whatever stress is, was taking over your body during that game. Like, what do you guys want? He's lying about, after the game, I need to be more aggressive. I need to do this. He doesn't do it, right? So the Heat lie all the time, whether they're talking about injuries or what they think, or they're going to prop their own guys up, man. We got Haywood Highsmith throwing dimes out there. They prop everybody up. So I wouldn't worry about what the Heat have to say about Bam. They obviously want him to be the next guy because of his presence and who he is and his connections around the league. And he's an Olympian and all that stuff. They want him to be great, but the only person who's going to make Bam great is Bam. And if we're not seeing it, if we don't think it's out there, if it doesn't happen, you guys, we make fun of every other guy in the NBA, or I do, for not playing well in the postseason, for choking under pressure, for shrinking under the big lights. I really wanted to win that game because it would have been friggin' funny if Gabe Vincent had this massive game in Madison Square Garden and we won because everyone's saying how it's so daunting to play there. These guys are very comfortable there. Caleb Martin, they look like they live in Madison Square Garden. So
Harrison, I changed my name for the show. My name was Gabe Vincent. Game 2 is greater than Steph Curry Game 7.
I'm glad you changed it.
Yeah, so besides harping on I want to talk about the guys who did well tonight. Like Gabe Vincent's had.
I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
No, we're still doing it.
But I'm finna get this shit.
Think about what you want. Then think about what you want with Bam, because I think what Alex and I are kind of saying is like.
This is what I'm telling you. This is gonna be real.
I got one, like 10 more seconds. Just view Bam Adebayo as more of a Chris Bosh, where Jimmy is your LeBron, and this team doesn't have a Dwayne Wade. That's where you need to view him as a player. Like, he is your third guy, and view Tyler Herro as a Mike Miller. Like, he is always hurt, never here.
I'm glad you said that, Alex Shelton, because I'm about to cook your whole point. Because when LeBron James left after 2014, Chris Bosh became your second guy, and what happened?
He averaged 18.
He was your number one offensive option.
And he stopped playing after about 45 games.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Hold on. I got another one. When Wade and LeBron James didn't play games, what did Bosh do? 35.
Sometimes 35. A lot of times 20.
Yeah, most.
I got 15 tonight. I got 15
to get you that.
Come on now. If I get 20 tonight, I might not be as up in arms. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is view him on that scale. Like, he's your third guy. He can go maybe on occasion, maybe go get you 30.
Sure.
He is more realistically not going to do that.
You are preaching to the choir. But tonight, I'm going to live on this unrealistic expectation that Bam Adebayo can someday be a second option on the team, and I'm gonna jump off of that because that's what I've been told, that's what I've been billed, and I would do it to Tyler Herro if Tyler Herro was here, and that's just the 1,000% honest truth. I hold Tyler Herro to an ungodly standard because of what people have told me he is. So I'm going to hold Bam to the standard of what the fuck I've been told he is. That's our second option. That's our second best player. He wasn't our best player tonight. And he should be because our best player was not playing. Thank you, Darius Jordan, with the $20 dono. He said, y'all thought I wouldn't show up. Nasty man. One thing about it, two things for sure. The basement has faith in you now, brother. Now, whether or not we have faith that you are an actual Christian or a man of God is something completely different. But whether or not you go, come on, you are a heathen through and through, my guy. But whether or not you go show up and support the game, we know you always gonna pull up one time for the one time. Want to thank my dude HM for the $5 dono. He said it stings to think that we let this guy break a potential offer for KD. If KD is at the 4, Jimmy could take the whole series off. But it is what it is. I think we're looking at a different team. No,
are they watching the other series?
You're looking at the Suns down 2-0 with no bench, and that would have been the same fucking roster that we had.
Yeah, it would have been probably a little worse. Thank you, Darius Jordan, with the $5. We ain't got no campaign. What's up? Go ahead, Eric.
I think what you're saying, and I think kind of where fans are and where we got to go, and I would have moved Bam for KD before the season. I said that I would have done that. Is that we have been talking about that we're between two timelines. We always talk about that. I don't think we're between any timelines. You have Jimmy playing as the best player in the playoffs when he's healthy, when he's out there. There's no one playing like Jimmy. They've been trying with Devin Booker. It's not the same because Jimmy is an excellent defender on top of everything he does offensively. What the Heat need to do is figure out what we can get for Herro. He's done. Thank God I'm done with him. I still can't believe they showed his cast and he had 3 signatures on there. One of them was Duncan Robinson with his number on the cast and Jack Harlow. Like, embarrassing, man. If you're going to get your cast signed, you better have everyone who you know sign your cast because that's going to be out in public. So he's done. He's off the team. The other thing is, if you don't trust Bam, and I'm not saying you, if the team doesn't trust Bam to be the second scorer or the third scorer or to do that, you can look for upgrades, and they should do that this offseason too. I know we're sitting here. We're probably going to beat the Knicks, and we probably have another series to get to. I'm just saying, in general, looking ahead, we can talk about this later. We're probably ready to move on from both if the right opportunity arises.
Harry, let me tell you something that you do to me. Like, you tend to make me have like moments of sobriety on stream and make me forget that sometimes I be in character on the show. So like right now, it'd be like, what the fuck is Harry talking about, bro? We finna go to the Eastern Conference Final, but then I forgot that I'm the one who painted the picture and set the stage for us to be at this part of the conversation anyway. I'm gonna get back in character right now. Sorry, guys. This is just a momentary lapse. Thank you, Dan Jordan, with the $5 dono. He said if Tyler Herro is Mike Miller, Duncan Robinson is James Jones. But no, for real, like, we are going to the Eastern Conference Finals, bro.
Don't get it twisted.
Like,
yeah,
no doubt.
Like, I just want to say that, like, Brooke Lopez, third option on a team at age 38, best player went out. Giannis Antetokounmpo didn't play. He dropped 36 against Bam.
Brooke Lopez.
Like, it's just I'm not even asking for a stretch, bro. But, like, here's my other point with this, because you said, like, injury, that's the problem with extending this series. This Heat team is the streakiest team in the league. Do not extend this. As long as we're hot, we're hot. You don't know when this is going to end, bro. We were the worst offense in the fucking NBA. This could end at any moment. When Gabe Vincent is even sniffing AI for 15 minutes, we need to fucking capitalize on that. We need to have that mentality. Bam cannot defer to, well, we got Jimmy game 4, game 5. Are we the 1 seed? Has this been happening all year? No. Jimmy's hurt still. He didn't play today. You cannot have this, bro. Like, you need to have that mentality. This team is way too streaky for that. We do not know where we're at. This is the first time they had won 7 of 8 or 6 of 7 all season, bro. We need to get this done. Okay. Yeah, also, don't get it twisted, Ricky. That was the softest NBA playoff win in the history of the fucking game. Like, we are salty about the loss because that was the softest win of all time. Y'all are a Josh Hart slip and slide and a Scott Foster masterclass away from this team once again being the laughing stock of the NBA. Now, y'all just have to wait a couple more days, which is fine. Enjoy the hot dogs, the Yankees losing streak, and the Mets blowing it again. I do not give a flying fuck about New York, bro. That was quite literally the worst. Exactly. Quite literally the worst
The Islanders lost.
playoff game win I've ever seen. I mean, Scott Foster was out there betting games. Watch the documentary. It's on Netflix, bro. Him and Tim Donaghy, they've been doing it for years. This is not a secret. This is not a secret. It is public information. Ricky J. Martin, do the research. It's out there. Watch the documentary. It's there. And you don't think New York, because they haven't been there since you were in college, is trying to extend this series a little bit longer? Probably a little bit.
One thing you're not gonna do, Bubba, is tell Ricky J. Mark to do the research. My brother, that king has already done the research. But boy, know what he's talking about. I want to do what Harrison told us to do. Let's talk about good shit that happened tonight, because we did get a lot of positive performances, and we'll go a little over, not much, but we'll go a little bit over just so that we can get some of these guys their proper due. And I'm starting with Caleb Martin. Yo was the best player on our team, and at times he looked like the best player on the fucking court. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, TJ. Cook. You know what I mean? Loud for.
I know Heather, she took over the mantle of the Caleb Martin. But look to last year. As soon as this man arrived in preseason, I said, Caleb Martin is that guy. I didn't know he was this guy. I didn't know he was this guy. But I sung the praises of Caleb Martin, and my Lord, he's the greatest undrafted pickup since UD walked in the building in 2003. Caleb Martin took over the game. He has showed up all playoffs. Would it be wild to say that Caleb Martin has been the Miami Heat's second best player since the playoffs has begun? I think he has been. I think he is firmly their second best player. Look what he did against the Bucks, all the big time shots he hit, the defensive effort that he gave, and look what he's doing this series. Caleb Martin has been the second best player on the Miami Heat. He's undrafted, and there are four people that I look to. Tyler Herro, I know I'm a stand, but you ain't playing.
Who third?
Duncan Robinson. You have showed up barely. All you've done is made shots, but you're making $17 million.
Who's third?
Damn it, Adebayo. You on a rookie max extension. You still ain't showing up. I'm still looking for you. We ain't seen you all playoffs. But Caleb Martin, lowly Caleb Martin, who was just a throw, they just so happened to re-sign him in the offseason, is performing. Thank you, Caleb, for your efforts. I don't even want to bring out calculators no more, because we retire those. If you know, you know.
Yeah, no.
But man, Caleb was hooping, man. I'm so impressed with him. The man is on a tear. I need them to re-sign him for the regular. Don't go crazy now. Don't allocate all our funds. I didn't even mention Kyle Lowry. That's probably for the best. But don't allocate all our funds, man. But I need Caleb Martin back, man. He's a problem.
You know what, bro? You were ignoring my question when I asked. If Caleb's been the second best player, who's been the third best player?
It's Gabe Bam.
No love for Kevin Love?
No, Kevin Love's been a really good role player. He didn't play well tonight, but
it's between three. I think because Gabe is getting his shots up and he makes like timely looks, like he looks a lot better than what he's actually been. But it's between Gabe, Kyle, and Kevin. You take your pick of those three.
Yeah, fuck Bell. For tonight and tonight alone. Don't y'all come at me and tell me that I did this tonight, because I'm gonna act like you lying. Because I be lying. Want to thank Knowledge Anthony for the $4.99. Don't know. He said, thanks, Roy. Just want the same energy for Bam. Can't tell me that the ceiling is unlimited, but he can't get criticized for not taking over.
Who said that? Not on this program.
Listen, well, that's what I was trying to tell the folks. But see, you shouldn't listen to that side over there. You see this the one. You know what I mean? Don't listen to Alex Shelby. He gonna lead you astray. We will never lead you astray. All right, we gonna tell you where he fucking up. Thank you, Nasty Man, with the $5. Don't know. He said Paolo Banchero won Rookie of the Year. Feel the magic.
We up.
Let's go. I'm assuming that's for that. But you know what? I guess since we already let him take Caleb, let's do the thing. Shelton, pick a role player and talk about him.
I guess I'll go Gabe Vincent. Why not? He was
That's a star player. Fuck is you talking about?
He was a disaster for 3 quarters, but something fucking happened in that 4th quarter. The ghost of Allen Iverson, God rest his soul, inhabited that man's body after that 3rd quarter ended. I have no idea what happened. Yeah, Nnamdi Iverson was unleashed after he got clocked in the face by Quickly there. I don't know if this is like fucking Glass or whatever with the split personality bullshit, but something happened where that man had like in the first 4 minutes of the 4th had like 13 points and 3 assists and a charge taken, and like was the only reason we were still competing for that whole stretch. I thought he was bipolar as fuck tonight. He was good. I mean, you got to take the whole game into context, and you know, he threw up some bullshit shots at the end there that I'm not really going to count because he was just trying to make something fall while they were down by 6 or 7 or whatever. But you know, he was really good in that 4th. He kept us afloat for a while. I do got to push back for my last sentence here on Caleb Martin a little bit. He was really good, but let's not forget that he got fried by Jalen Brunson for 22 fucking points in the second half. He held him to 8 points in the first half, and he held him to like 4 of 11 shooting, and then he got fried for the rest of the game. And that was a huge reason they came back in this game. So I appreciate Caleb for, you know, the bulk of the game. He did hit a lot of threes, kept us afloat there offensively. But I think if he has 15 points and keys in more on Jalen Brunson, we win the game anyway.
I'm happy you brought up 15 points because you know who the fuck else had 15 points? Bam Adebayo. If his fucking ass had scored more than 15
Max
points.
Strus, and that is going to be Bubba's next.
Don't you dare fucking come in here and try to shoot at nobody else but defend Bam Adebayo ass. Boy, you almost made me say something. Thank you, Jay Todd, with the $10 don't know. He said the fact that we are having the conversation about who the second best player has been in the playoffs speaks volumes. Bam shouldn't make it a discussion, but here we are. That's what we all been saying. Harrison, pick your role player and talk about him. I would really like it to be Duncan Robinson, but you don't have to talk about Duncan Robinson if you don't want to.
I'm not. I don't. I'm not a fan. I don't care what he does out there. Just to make it interesting, I think I'll talk about Haywood Highsmith. I thought he gave some decent minutes tonight. Some of them were not great.
I have never kicked Harry off a stream before. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that was me. I did that. Don't worry, Harry. I'm bringing you back, so don't leave. But that's not gonna happen. You can pick somebody else, Harrison.
All right,
you can talk about Shameless, bro.
I have a producer in my ear, so I'm not allowed to mention that name. Let's talk about Max Strus tonight. I thought he had a really good game before he suffered an unfortunate back injury. I thought he was hitting some timely shots. He was cutting really well, making some nice plays. I hope he's okay going forward because they could use some more performances like that. I actually think his injury might have cost him quite a bit because if he probably wasn't coming out of the game with the way he was playing. And I think he came in for just a few minutes at the end. So I thought Max played really well. These games are tough, guys. When you're on the road and you don't have your best player, you kind of need all of these guys to step up, and they basically got some of them. But they had a tough game from Love, a tough game from Kyle, and Duncan has to hit more shots. I know he hit 3, but he got to make those. You got to do it. He has to. I mean, that's what he's there for.
You know what I'm saying? People need to be doing what they are there for, Harrison. Like Idris Femi Adebayo is there to be the second best player on this team and to step up when Jimmy Butler's not there. And so maybe he should do some of that. Go ahead.
Very quickly, to defend 55.
Yucky.
Harry, anything that we get from 55, we just got to count it as a blessing. This man went an entire year where he may have hit. I may have seen Duncan Robinson make 5 threes all year. I'm dead ass. I may have seen with my own eyes make 5 threes. He has made 5 threes this series. Sometimes You just gotta take it where it goes. I don't care if he hit 1, 2, or 3. Anytime I see 55, shoot the ball from the 3-point line, and the ball goes in the hoop, I'm cool. I don't care how many times he does it.
We take the wins when we can get them. Thank you, Black Chinese, with the 199. Don't know. He said Bam should never say he need the ball more anymore. What was that, Royale? My name has no E in it, William Davis.
The boy trying to make you Fortnite.
A Royale with cheese, in the words of Samuel Jackson. Duncan team high +7. Duncan drillers, I will not. Go ahead, Bubba. Pick your role player and talk about him.
Tyler Herro. I'm like more pissed at him now more than ever. Like, so congratulations, Tyler. Your streak of this team not needing you for the last couple games is over. We could have used you tonight. So he's celebrating somewhere out there with his cast. Because, yes, we could have needed you tonight. Honestly, if he had shot 30 times, we would have won. Because he probably would have hit 10 of them. And it would have worked out. And I'm really pissed because clearly, like, the shooting has regressed back to the mean, which, like, some people were talking about during the season could happen. It never happened. It saved itself for the playoffs. Duncan can shoot again. Strus can. Clearly, Herro was going to find his shot again. He was playing well. And that man really just had to dive at Grayson Allen's ankles for no fucking reason. We ended up winning that series in 5. It's not like it went to 7. He was a complete non-factor. And now we're sitting here looking for somebody to take shots, funny enough. And the one time that I could have actually asked you to come through and dealt with your fucking bullshit, you're hurt. I mean, man, I got beef with you now more than fucking ever. So, yeah, that's my role player.
You know, you make a good point. These shots would be Tyler instead of
like this dude can never just come through. Like, you know what I mean? Like when we actually need just anybody to fucking shoot, you're not even there, bro. You're not
Everybody
even there.
hitting on the team, bro. He'd have been cooking. Oh my
God,
I'm devastated,
bro. No Jimmy playoff game versus a poverty franchise. This is Tyler Herro's playground. Okay, this is what he made the money for. TJ, I gave you Caleb Martin, but I'll let you choose another role player and talk about them.
Did everybody go? I don't think Bubba went.
Bubba just went. He chose Tyler Herro.
Oh.
Every time I've given him to choose the role player question, he's chosen Tyler Herro, bro.
It makes sense. I want to talk about Kyle Lowry. Sir, what do we got going on, Kyle? We had a good run. I was expecting great things. This is what happens. Anytime I praise a player, they always, at least in the first half, anytime I say, dang, yeah, that's where he's going. Anytime I say, like, hey, this guy's playing good in the first half, the second half, they always, like, make a liar out of me. And that's what Kyle Lowry did. I was expecting a big fourth quarter from him. He may have gotten one bucket in the fourth quarter. He flopped on a three-pointer that led to a Quentin Grimes, and one foul from Gabe Vincent. If he doesn't flop in that situation, that's not an easy layup. He was flopping all over the place. He tried to get a flop underneath the rim that led to an offensive rebound.
Konnichiwa.
Kyle, I need you to show up.
But on Twitter said that video is like overused. And for some reason, bro, no matter when it's played, it is the funniest shit in the world to me.
It's so accurate.
Bro, listen, bro. It's so spot on. Harrison, you wanted to talk a little bit more about Gabe.
I just think, I think when we watch the game, we're kind of like, even if you read my tweets, you'd be very confused about my game. I mean, sometimes I think he has the lowest IQ on the court, on the basketball court. He is making some odd decisions, but then he's really the only guy who is totally unafraid to take the shot in any moment. We kind of talked about it. He had that huge 3 in the Bucks series. If I'm not mistaken, Gabe over the last two postseasons starting, he's 11-3, even with the loss tonight. He's been really good as a starting point guard. He's holding it down, and I think it's kind of like he's for both seasons, last 2 seasons, very up and down. Gabe Vincent, you never know what you're going to get from him. A lot of it's crap, but in the postseason, he's been fairly consistent, being the guy who gives you the shot when he needs it. And hopefully, when Jimmy comes back for Saturday, he's coming back. He looked very ready at the end of the game. You can kind of get Gabe hitting a few threes and getting into the offense. But I like the closing lineup. I know it didn't work as well tonight, but I like Kyle and Gabe together, actually. It reminded me of kind of Fred VanVleet.
Fred VanVleet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's kind of the same type of vibe where you need this guy making shots. He's going to be open based on the offense. You just kind of need him to hit.
That was something that I picked up on last year about how well those two played off of each other. Like there's something there. Like defensively, it may not work, all the time, but like offensively, they have a pretty nice symbiosis when they're playing together. I do think with Gabe, like, yeah, everybody's gonna have that, like with the low IQ shit that he does sometimes. But like with Gabe, I think why we like him as a starter is because his highs are much higher than what Lowry has given us. And so we can fuck with that. What the fuck is going on? No, why y'all blocked it, bro? I should have looked, bro. Thank you, HM, with the $5 dono. He said, I just gotta play better. This game was on me. Bam in post game. Anyone else tired of the dude no showing and saying this after the game? We all are, bro. We all are. But we're gonna give him a little bit of grace. No, I'm not. I'm not giving him no grace, but other people giving him grace. Any last topic that y'all feel like we should get to or that we didn't get to before we move on to the next game? No? Great. All right. Game 3. I know how this is going to go. Shelby, we starting with you this time. The boy feeling good?
Yes. I'm miserable right now, but the New York Knicks are a poverty franchise. They have like one playoff series win in the last like 25 fucking years. They're absolute trash. Everyone from the state of New York is trash. Madison Square Garden is now Max Strus Garden. The Mecca is a fucking myth. It's not a real thing. Anyone that thinks Madison Square Garden is difficult to play in, you're lying. No one cares. It's just another fucking arena. Heat in 5.
Fuck is you talking about? Harrison, the boy feeling good?
Yeah, no worries from me. Obviously Tua would have been amazing. We would have had a little bit of a different stream, but we'll take it home. I said Heat in 6, so I'll stick with it. But I'm just nothing about the Knicks worry me. They made some shots tonight that they usually won't make, and they're not going to do it in Miami. Our arena is going to. You want to talk about an arena that's loud, that isn't old and disgusting and crawling with rats? I forgot what it's called now, but the arena back home, the Triple A, forever.
I think we've settled on the Kamehameha Arena. Like I think that's kind of what the consensus has been amongst the group. We've named it. Yeah, the Kamehameha Center. But true, everything you said is true. However, we all know that those games are 50-50 in that arena. Like Knicks fans do show up in number in Miami, and I'm expecting a lot of the same.
Yeah, but I promise you, we're going to be louder. Hopefully you guys have been able to experience a Heat playoff game, or you will at some point.
Oh, yes, I have.
It gets crazy, so I'm not worried. And yeah, they're New Yorkers are smelly and gross, and we'll be okay.
1,000%. Bubble, the boy feeling good?
Absolutely. No doubt. This team, this organization, I should say, is fraudulent in every way, shape, and form. I can't express to you how unimpressive that playoff win was, and I find it laughable the amount of losers that the New York Knicks invite to their crowd. Like they show Robert Saleh, they show Aaron Rodgers, they're showing guys who have just choked at the highest level and blown playoff games and haven't won since I was 11 years old. And it's like, look, win for these guys. And it's just like, it's not the wave, it's not the move. And I'm really excited to see the Heat crowd show Knick fans what a non-scared crowd looks like, because they'll know we have Jimmy Butler on the floor, so we're fine. Like you can literally hear the fear in Knick fans the whole game, every Gabe Vincent 3, every Caleb Martin blow by and dunk. It's like, bro, y'all are so scared. Like it is, you can hear it. And then they get loud at the end because Jalen Brunson does some shit, and you're like, really? Like, I know none of y'all feel good about that. Nobody. And actually, you know what? I'm sorry. Knicks fans do feel good about that because they lie to themselves.
Yes, they do.
They do feel good about that. But I'm glad that everybody else on NBA social media and just period can sit back and recognize that not only were they handed that win, but on top of that, it does not fucking matter. So Heat in 5, and like you said, Royal, they got to get one for it to be Heat in 5. And I already clipped Jimmy waving goodbye. Like already clipped that you already know we're making a video out of that after game 5. Like, it's already done. You can already see the video in your head, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
bro, I already got the song. And everything.
Already
bro.
planned
Shout out
out.
to my boy Doe, bro. Hey, bro, listen, bro. We've already mapped this. We know how this series is gonna go. Want to thank Darius Jordan, the nasty man with the $5 dono. He said, "I'm trading Bam to support Tyler Herro and build a team around the future Heat Tyler lineups." In parentheses, kidding. I'm trading both. Shut up. TJ, the boy feeling good?
The boy is feeling sensational. Never in my Miami Heat fandom have I ever watched my team lose a playoff game and be more confident that they're going to win this series. The Knicks, the fans, the loudest they were the entire night was when Mitchell Robinson grabbed an offensive rebound. I just knew that fan base was in hell after that because what are we doing? I'm not moved by anything I see over on that side. They absolutely stink. They're atrocious. I wish we were closing it out at home so we can get more rest to prepare for the next round. But if we have to do it in 5, we got.
Yo, Ricky J. Mark.
Glad he's not on the program at the moment. I'm not moving. If we have to do it in 5, then we got to do it in 5. That's fine. It's one more laborious game that we have to go through. We have to watch this shitty team for yet another game, unfortunately. But yeah, Heat in 5, man. They're gonna blow them out, and Jimmy's gonna have 50.
If 5 is good enough for the Milwaukee Bucks, 5 is good enough for the New York Knicks.
I guess.
You know what I mean? I guess. At the end of the day, we all know where this is headed. Game 3 in Miami. When they come see me, they about to blow that shit up. Fuck is you talking about? I have had enough of this poverty franchise. Yeah, it was cute at first. The rivalry renewed, all those storylines and shit. It was fun. You got your one. Enjoy your night. Sleep well. Rest up. Because Himbo is coming back now. And we all know how those games gonna play out. 60, bitch. And Julius Randle, I'm just like everybody else on this panel, not moved. What RJ Barrett did tonight, 24, good for you. Not moved. Y'all heard them boys. They done told you a million times. Come on now. 50 is normally, but 60. I need more. It's the Knicks. I'm taxing y'all ass. I need 60 before I think about closing out. Bitch. We will see y'all next game. Thank you guys in the comments, as always, for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to my boy Bubba. Thank you to Harrison. Thank you to Alex. Thank you to Kane TJ. Thank you to Kane Justin for pulling up in the last second just because I'm about to say his name. And fuck Ricky J. Mark. Play the video, Justin.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight.
Fuck Josh Hart.
Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we.
Konnichiwa.
Shingon Finals. Thank you.
对，最后位，成功。